the Belt and Road Forum. So I would like to begin by asking your takes on the project. Since its launch a decade ago in 2013, have your thoughts changed on the Belt and Road Initiative?
In a certain sense, yes, because on the one hand, I have expected a little bit more as far as Belt and Road is concerned in my part of the world, in East Central Europe. But I don't expect that much of an expansion that it will cover over 150 countries all over the world. So somehow I did not expect 10 years ago neither the depth nor the width of the initiative. It is a positive reaction on my side that so much money has been invested due to the Belt and Road Initiative. And here I would like to point to some issue which has not been raised in the debates here and there. We have to answer a question: how many jobs have created Belt and Road Initiative, investment project, infrastructure, facilitating the trade, investment also in human capital? How many jobs outside China Belt and Road Initiative has created? And therefore, that's the question from our perspective, European or American, North American especially. How many less of immigrants, and from our perspective, immigrants, refugees, we do have in Europe, in North America, because of Belt and Road? Nobody is raising this issue. So it helps us in an indirect way that we feel less of a pressure from refugees from Middle East, South Asia and Africa, because Belt and Road Initiative has created jobs for these people. They have the revenue, they have the income, and for that reason they decided to stay over there. Is it Zambia, or is it Bangladesh, or is it whatever country in the countries lagging behind in development?
So you have praised China's economic development a lot, and you once said China is the greatest economic success in the history of mankind. So what do you think other nations can learn from China's approach?
For sure, such a great jump in quality of living for people and the competitiveness of business. I'm coming to China since 1989, almost over 1/3 of a century ago. That was my first visit 30 years ago. There were hundreds of millions of people living in extreme poverty. Now there is none. Take a look. 30 years ago, in 1993, there were about the same people living in extreme poverty in China as in India. Now you have eradicated extreme poverty in China, and there is still more than 100 million people living in extreme poverty in India. And this is the result of economic policy, of economic system, which we have in China, to which I refer as Chinism. It's a very special political, economic, and social system. So what the other countries may learn from China's achievements, I would say, to put it in a nutshell, how to combine, how to mix in a productive, efficient way the power of invisible hand of market with the power of visible hand of government. Many countries try to do so, even now the developed one, like say United States. There is plenty of state government intervention, but China has in some way has mastered it, the combination of state interventionism with unleashing the free market forces. It is difficult. China is far from perfect, but China is the best in the long shot with combining these two powers.